YouTube, welcome in. It is now episode 4 of the Ecks Squad Talk Show. I have with me today Austin
Hey guys.
and Steve-O.
What's up, guys?
And I'm Ecks. Didn't say that beforehand, but whatever. So this week we don't have Rockstar with us. He's feeling a little under the weather. And we're going to start off with Austin's question this week of what should be our team's New Year's resolution here for 2026. And I will let Steve-O start the answering on this one.
So for my Patriots, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Win the Super Bowl, baby. Win the Super Bowl.
What about next season?
Next season, I say gotta work a little bit more on the offensive line. A little bit more on the defense as well. I mean, our defense has been pretty beefed up lately. Christian Gonzalez. Can't say any more about him. Great player. Might need another guy to help him out over there. I mean, we got a couple other good guys here and there, but I mean, might need a little extra backup. So I'd say my team's New Year's resolution would be to improve the defense a little bit and beef up the offense. And then, like I said, win the Super Bowl, baby.
I mean, that all sounds pretty good, especially for the Patriots. I wouldn't be surprised if they go all the way and win the Super Bowl this year. Wouldn't be surprised. Although, as I said last episode, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, however long ago it was, my teams are the Texans and the Packers.
Oh yeah,
but
no, it's 3 weeks.
Yeah, long time.
I was going to say that I imagine the Patriots' New Year's resolution is something along the lines of stop breaking the law.
Ooh.
yeah, something, Austin. I'm agreeing with you on that one, 100%.
Yeah, Mr. Diggs. Although, hey, speaking of the Packers, at least the Packers get Stephon Diggs' brother, another former Cowboy, to go on their defense. They're making the Cowboys' defense look like it used to be amazing.
I mean, yeah, and then you can't forget Christian Barmore. Now he's got allegations of assault charges now. So
I was going to say it's not just Diggs either.
Yeah,
it's him now.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. But my team's New Year's resolution, though, I think we need a new coaching staff. No. It goes higher than that. I think we need a new owner. Mike Brown he just wants the money, I guess. I don't know what the issue is. He's not getting the correct coaches, or giving them enough power to get what we need, which is obviously offensive line, and even more obviously defense. We have a few good players. We have a few good players that are, stepping up. Jordan Battle, he's one that's unfortunately very hit or miss. Demetrius Knight Jr., he had a pretty good rookie season, but the Bengals need to start from the top and work its way down. Unfortunately, I don't foresee Joe Burrow being able to win his first Super Bowl with the team currently. He needs to be protected on offense and defense, because I mean, Joe Burrow is an elite quarterback. Jamar Chase, elite wide receiver. We unfortunately don't have an elite running back anymore because Joe Mixon got booted over to Houston. But yeah, new ownership. I mean, if I had money, I'd try to buy him, but I don't.
I gotta say, you got a pretty good running back right now.
Yeah, Chase Brown's pretty good, but he's not elite.
He's good, but I mean, you're right. You do need an offensive line to protect Burrow. He's been getting hit way too much,
That's
and
why
that's
he's
why
always
he keeps
injured.
getting injured. He has nobody to protect him.
Exactly.
I will say with Burrow and Chase, to borrow a term for Benchwarmer brand, it really does feel like they're the Bugatti in the trailer park. Like you have two absolute studs surrounded by just absolute duds.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Benchwarmer Brand's pretty good with his analogies and analysis. So for the Rams, sir.
Oh boy, so life comes at you fast, and 3 weeks is a long time. Uh, I can't remember the last time I saw a team go from the Super Bowl favorite to about the coldest team going into the playoffs, but I still have faith in my boys as long as they can just follow my New Year's resolution for them, which is to adapt. Sean McVay, he's one of the better coaches in the league. However, he has the constant issue of he goes into a game with a great game plan, like plan A is fantastic, and then he gets punched in the mouth. And his response is, okay, let's plan A, but harder. And it just doesn't work. It's the lack of adaptability, it's the conservative play calling. So just I want to see the Rams be able to adapt to the game that they are playing, to the teams that they're playing against. Uh, we saw this with our loss to the 49ers this year, where we were just playing the same defense over and over and over again against them, and they were just able to throw the ball down the middle of the field repeatedly when just about half of the 49ers were on IR. Uh,
What else
so
to do?
Sean McVay's a great coach. We've got great coordinators on both sides of the ball, but they need to be able to adapt to meet the moment. And if they can't, then we're going to be a first round exit.
Sean McVay's coaching
that,
sounds like my coaching in Madden.
that's true because they were looking pretty fucking, you know, they were looking pretty good. They were on fire. They were in sync, and then all of a sudden, like you said, the last 3 weeks, I was catching clips on them and switching over and watching them, and I'm like, what the hell is going on with this team? Like, especially last week, I was like, really? You got to be kidding me!
Yeah,
In
I mean
in
Bijan is
three
great, but
weeks,
he should not have been able to hit that 92-yard run for a touchdown.
hmm
Yeah,
yeah, in 3 weeks we've lost the number one seed, a shot at our division, and also we've possibly pissed away Matthew Stafford's MVP chances. Like, that's that's just a complete failure of the organization because the stars are there, the power is there. Granted, we've got some serious huge pieces that are out right now. Devontae Adams is out, Kevin Dotson is out, but that's why we need to have a team that can work without certain cogs in place. We need to be able to run on some of our backups in those crucial positions. Otherwise, what's the point of backups?
I agree with you. Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I mean you guys still have at least two good running backs though. So it should like it should not be as difficult as the Rams seem to be trying to make it look. Like
Hmm
with the roster you guys have, you should be the number 1 or 2 seed, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and a lot of that has come down to special teams failing us. That's why our special teams coordinator got fired. And you notice our special teams coordinator gets fired, and in the next game we block a field goal for and return it for a touchdown. I'm not saying correlation equals causation here, but it makes me feel good.
I,
Uh,
I have a
and
solution.
like you said, with go ahead.
Kick returner, punt returner. I almost said Juju Smith-Schuster. No. Tutu Atwell.
Ooh, see, we've been giving a lot to Xavier Smith, and Xavier Smith is doing a decent job in that role, but I think Tutu would really excel, and we could make use of him given how much we're paying him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
Uh,
mean, if you don't want to pay him, I'm sure other teams will pay him and use him. But
oh yeah. Yeah, and like you were saying with our running backs, we've got a solid pair of backs. Corum and Williams are both doing absolutely fantastic. I'm glad to see that Corum is really coming to his own on his second year with the team. But we have the issue that sometimes we'll do a change of course of what does work in the game. In our game against, I believe, I think it was the Eagles, but I could be mistaken. But Corum was averaging something like 7 yards a carry, and after that, we just stopped giving him the ball.
Yeah.
And Kyron was doing the best he could, but they run in very different styles, and it just did not work when you're trying to play like you're trying to fit the round peg into the square hole. It's
Yeah.
not always going to work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But hey, Rams, Sean McVay, if you're watching this, he's probably not. But if you're watching this, use Tutu. I mean, in Madden, for the for a few years, I would always trade for Tutu Atwell and make him a top tier superstar.
Yeah, you did.
But that's Madden.
Yeah, you did.
All right. On to the next. The next question is my question. The greatest manager in, I want to say, wrestling history, but mostly WWE, because I don't really know much outside of WWE. But I'm going to say greatest manager in wrestling history. Let's have Austin start the answer on this one.
All right, I got to start strong and possibly steal the answer of several of the others, but I got to go old school. It's got to be Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yep.
That man showed what a manager could do. That man was more over than half of his acts, I will say. He was more over than half of the wrestlers that he was managing. Uh, and not just as getting over as like the heel himself, but in the moments where like someone would turn against him, he'd help to get that person over. He was not afraid to be the butt of the joke. He played whatever role he needed to as the manager, as the conniving heel, as the sniveling coward. Like he was everything he needed to be to make his act succeed, both himself and the person he was managing. And from that, he springboarded into being one of the best commentators, like one of the most underrated commentators, I'd say, that WWE has ever had.
He's definitely part
Nice.
of my favorite commentary group of Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Oh yeah.
Well, I just like Gorilla Monsoon. So anybody who worked with Gorilla, apart from Lord, I can't remember his name, not Steven Regal, Lord Alfred Hayes. Apart from Lord Alfred
Yeah, but
Hayes,
I'll be.
anybody who worked with Gorilla Monsoon was right up there for me.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the man
Steve-O?
had a position named after himself,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
gorilla position.
yeah. Took me a second, but yeah. You got a different answer than that, Steve-O?
Damn man, he took mine because I was gonna go with Bobby the Brain Heenan because I mean, look, he just said it. He just said it right there. Like he's obviously the greatest manager of all time, in my opinion. If I had a second favorite, I'd have to say, well, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm going with Paul Heyman. I'm definitely going with Paul Heyman. That guy is a mastermind with anybody he works with. Just the man's the man's creativity and his thinking of what he can come up with, and the way he works so well with Brock Lesnar, the way he works so well with Roman Reigns, it just and then when he takes over on the mic by himself, forget it. I mean, the guy just he knows pro wrestling. He does. He knows pro wrestling, and yeah, for me, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Paul Heyman. I'm gonna go with the old wise man.
Yep, that
He was
makes
my
sense.
number two as well.
Yeah, oh yeah. The only issue I have with Paul Heyman is he couldn't make Curtis Axel better. Uh, Curtis
Yeah,
Axel, I think Curtis Axel's underrated personally, but that's neither here nor there. My top 3 managers, though, I'm gonna have to go with obviously Bobby, Paul, and Captain Lou Albano.
I thought about him too. That's good. I thought about him.
Good choice. Good
Um,
choice.
but I mean, we got the greatest wrestler of all time right here. Right here. Number 1, Steve-O. Number 1.
Uh-huh,
You know,
uh-huh. Yeah.
he's got Sherry Martel, sensational Sherry, scary Sherry, however you want to call her. I just had to throw him out there. Sherry is not my not my pick. My pick will be Bobby the Brain Heenan as well. I like I understand Paul Heyman. It's a different time. Uh, it could be a nostalgia act for me for Bobby though, because like everybody Bobby had was going after Hogan, was going after
Mhm.
the main guy. Paul Heyman always had the main guy. And as a heel manager, you want to go after the face, um, no matter who the face is, whether they're the the top guy or whatever. So both managers are great. Both people, Paul Heyman, Bobby Heenan, Captain Albano is up there because I think he was the greatest tag team manager of all time. Every tag team he had, every tag team he managed ended up going on to winning championship gold. Um, but again, I'm gonna go with Heenan. That blonde hair. That I mean, I'm right now not even thinking about a Hulk Hogan match. Like I'm thinking about when he was wearing the dog attack suit against the British Bulldogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that was like WrestleMania 2 or
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I think it was a SummerSlam actually.
Yeah. Was
I'm
some
shocked, given what you're wearing, that you're not thinking of how uh, the oh Lord, I'm completely blanking right now. Uh, Marty Jannetty, jumping through the barbershop window like a coward.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not talking about the greatest heel turn of all time.
Very true.
Which spoiler alert, that would be my answer. Um but yeah, Bobby Heenan against the British Bulldogs. I think it was the Colossal Connection that he was managing at that time of Andre the Giant
Yeah,
and Haku.
I think it
And
was, yeah.
it was either them or the Brainbusters, but I'm pretty sure it was the Colossal Connection. But yeah,
Yeah.
Bobby Heenan, he just always, the brain or the weasel, as Gorilla Monsoon like to call him. But
Mhm.
definitely, in my opinion, the greatest manager of all time. I don't have a great explanation for why, but you know.
If you haven't heard it, look up Bobby Heenan's speech on WWE losing to the WWF in court, because it is an absolute delight.
You'll have to share that link with me. I definitely want to check that out.
I
Because
definitely want to check that out too.
again, Bobby,
Absolutely,
Bobby
I'll
was a
have it in
great
the
talker back
Wrestling
in the day.
Channel after the show.
Absolutely. On to the next question. Next question is the main event, and it is from Steve-O. The question being, who is the greatest running back of the 80s and 90s? And I'll go first for this one. I actually had to look it up to figure out who was actually in the 80s and 90s. People like Thurman Thomas, Kajana Kata for my own personal memory. But I'm going to have to go with number 20 in blue, Barry Sanders. That man was so elusive and powerful. Unfortunately, the Lions have never won a Super Bowl, so he doesn't have one. But I mean, I've watched so many of his highlights. I've watched people on YouTube react to his highlights, and just the jaw
Yeah.
dropping moves that man would do in the 80s and 90s are just mind blowing. He would he would throw people to the ground like they were a young child. He would
Oh yeah.
throw grown men who were bigger
He
than
couldn't
me.
tackle the man.
He would tackle a man while he still had the ball.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. You couldn't tackle him. The man was so elusive.
Yeah, like he would either spin out of the way or run you over. Like
Mhm.
there was no tackling that man in open space. He had, I think, the most yards in the 80s and 90s, or at least in his time. In his time, he definitely had the most yards. Probably the most touchdowns as well. I didn't look up all of those stats. However, he was fun to watch. There will never be another Barry Sanders. And in my opinion, greatest of all time. Emmitt Smith is up there as well, but greatest of all time, Barry Sanders.
Right, that is an excellent choice, and as you all know, I'm nothing if not a homer, so I have to go with what I think is an entirely fair choice for this category, and that's Eric Dickerson. All-time single-season leading rusher. The man, when people were talking about Saquon Barkley finally breaking Eric Dickerson's record, the thing that so many people brought up, and I think is entirely fair, is that Eric Dickerson was putting up numbers that are far beyond what your average running back would get nowadays, even far beyond what an exceptional running back would get nowadays. And he was doing it with one less game in the season. This man was doing it in an era where football was so much more physical, where the hits were harder, the protection was lesser, and you were playing less games, and yet he still outpaced in a single season what guys would be doing today. Uh, his explosiveness was absolutely insane. When the man got out with the ball, he was out. There was very little you could do to stop him. And he may not be in the absolute upper echelons with like a Walter Payton, a Barry Sanders, or an Emmett Till. I think he absolutely deserves recognition as one of the best in his era.
I have two things.
Nice.
Two things. One, who is Emmett Till?
He messed up, man. He met Emmitt Smith.
Oh
And
Lord,
two,
that is a terrible slip. Emmett Till is a victim of a hate crime, like one of the worst moments of the civil rights era. I apologize to everyone viewing today.
and two, didn't Eric Dickerson's most of his career end up was in? Let me rephrase that. When was Eric Dickerson's career? Like start to finish. If you don't know the exact dates off the top of your head, that's fine. But when I was looking it up, I thought his most of his career was in the 70s. I could be wrong.
Apologies, I thought I was unmuting myself. I think he was drafted in 82 or 83,
Okay.
and he played until the early 90s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Began his career as a Ram, played for the Colts, and then I think he had like 1 year stints in the Raiders and the Falcons.
Yep.
Okay. Just just checking because I know there was somebody on the list that I saw that was like, oh, he's excluded because most of his career was in the 70s, but I don't know who that was. It may have been like Bo Jackson, but I don't know.
I think that might be right.
On to Steve-O. What is your answer for
Well,
your question?
let's see. Well, you stole my answer because I was going to go with the man in blue, Barry Sanders. I mean, Barry Sanders, like you said, was a beast. That man was a beast. And to me, he was one of the greatest, he was the greatest running back in that era, in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, yeah, of course, Walter Payton was amazing as well. And then you got Emmitt Smith, Thurman Thomas, as you said earlier. And as well as Austin said. But yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one, X. I'm gonna go with Barry Sanders on this one, and he was just the man when he had that football in his hands. He made things happen. I mean, it was a shame to never see him win a Super Bowl because if anybody deserved a Super Bowl, that man right there deserved a Super Bowl. And it was heartbreaking to never see him get one. But yeah, in my opinion, yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, X. I gotta go with Barry Sanders.
Yeah, as far as people who have never won a Super Bowl who deserved one, there's a long list of them. Um,
Oh God.
Eric Dickerson included.
yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, if we're just going by you know uh, skill positions, Dan Marino, Andre Johnson, Calvin Johnson,
Oh yeah.
Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco. Yeah.
I mean, Randy Moss. There's the list just goes on and on. We don't have time for that.
And Jim Kelly.
Who?
Jim Kelly
Oh yeah,
lost
Jim
four in a
Kelly.
row.
Yeah.
Lost four Super Bowl.
I think part of it just comes down to like bringing up Dickerson in comparison. You're talking a goat versus the goat. Like there's no argument with Barry Sanders. He is the best to ever do it, and that's something that I will put my hand up and say absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. I
Oh,
don't care.
absolutely.
I don't care who your team is. If you don't have Barry Sanders in your top 5 all time, you don't know ball, and there is something
No.
wrong with you.
Yes, there is something wrong with them if they do not have him in their top five. Because that's yeah. You
The, the
obviously don't know.
only the only case for Barry Sanders not being in your top five is if the parameters are players that played in an era he didn't, or played for teams that he didn't. The only reason for him to not be top five is if it's like top five Raiders running backs. And even
Oh
then,
yeah.
I think he deserves an honorable mention.
Yeah.
I mean, top 5 AFC running backs. Yeah, sure. Barry can't be there. He doesn't meet the parameters. But top 5 all-time running backs, if Barry Sanders isn't in your list, then there's something wrong up here. You got a screw loose, or
That's some, sure. Oh yeah.
there's one
Agreed.
missing. So this might be a shorter episode due to Rockstar not being here. He's more of the talker than the rest of us. Get well soon, Rockstar. We'll see you in the next one. And we will see all of you in the next one as well. Comment down below. What's your answer to all of these questions? Like the video. Share it with your friends. Let's see what they think. And we'll see you in the next one.
Later, people. Have a great night.